As an enthusiast of the genres, I've been asked many times, well, what is fantasy and science fiction? Over the years, I've had many opportunities and failed forward in developing a basic, workable sketch as to what makes a story fantasy or science fiction. In an effort to help all of you, I'm putting forth my understanding. A fantasy story is one in which at least one major part of the narrative is influenced by a fantastical element. That's all well and good, you might say, but what do you mean by fantastical? A fantastical element is something that breaks the rules of the known world that we experience. There is usually a mystical or non-rational quality to it, but not necessarily so. Magic, the supernatural, mythical beings, prophecy, and the like are all potential examples. These are the kinds of elements that are in ancient stories that predate the modern advent of fantasy as a literary genre. In the Odyssey, Gilgamesh, Journey to the West, Laxdala Saga, the Old Testament, Ramayana, Beowulf, and similar stories, fantastical events happen and are just taken as part of the workings of the world, even when the stories are posturing as historical texts. This is likely why people believe that fantasy seems archaic, because in many respects it looks backwards, using the events, characters, and stylistic conventions often found in older narratives. Meanwhile, a science fiction story is one in which at least one major part of the narrative is an exploration or extrapolation of a scientific or technological discovery. When sci-fi breaks the rules of the world we know and experience, it's presumed there is a logical, scientific explanation for it. Does this type of definition put an expiration date on sci-fi? No, because even though those prior discoveries or inventions might have become mundane or even discredited, the exploration and or extrapolation of them is generally where the heart of a good science fiction story resides. Evidence of this can be seen in the old Twilight Zone, the War of the Worlds, Frankenstein, and so on. In fact, some of those stories are just as relevant now, if not even more, than when they were first written. Because it concerns itself with advancing knowledge and technological progress, to many readers, science fiction seems to look forward rather than backwards. What do you think? Are these definitions helpful as a guide? Are they too reductionistic? Let me know in the comments, or feel free to regale us with your own understanding of these genres. I'm interested to see the hows and whys of other people in regard to the division of these genres. Also, would you be interested in more videos of this explanatory nature? Be sure to let me know. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my peculiar notions. If you appreciate what I'm doing here and want to support the channel, you know what to do. You should also take a moment to like and subscribe to another YouTuber you enjoy, but haven't gotten around to clicking those buttons at the bottom of their video. Until next time, read some good books, live, and be well.